So a big question that guys have is, hey, I went out on a date with a girl. If you like the girl, whether or not to ask her for a second date or not, how long, in days between the first date and when you're planning on asking for a second date. But in this video, I'm going to talk about how to know to even ask a girl for a second date to begin with. So this is a trend that I've been seeing continuously, and I'm going to stick by it. Other guys may have different experiences or different feedback for this, but for me, when I go out with a girl on a first date, whether or not anything happens afterwards, whatever the case may be, is that after the date ends and the girl goes home, if the girl either that same night or the next day sends a text saying that, hey, I had a good time, or thanks for the drink, thanks for taking me out, that's my indicator knowing that she had a good time, and that's how I know that if I ask for a second date, more than likely she's going to respond and she's going to accept it. So I've been seeing the trends based on me dating the past few years. This has always been the case, that after the date ends, no matter what happens at the end, if the girl reaches back out to me saying that she had a good time or thanking me through text, that kind of gives me the go-ahead to, not right then and there, but to, wait a few days, re-engage, then set up the second date. Whereas in the past and recently, going on a date with a girl and then after it ending, she doesn't reach back out to me, she doesn't thank me. Not saying that she needs to, but girls will thank you, meaning that, kind of to push the point that, hey, I kind of had a good time with you, I want to see you again. That's kind of like what the background of that text is. But yeah, so if they don't send me that, and then every time I try to reach back out, either no response, or they won't agree to a second date, or if they're more forward about it, a lot of times they'll be like, hey, you're a cool guy, but there wasn't a connection. They'll just say that basically they just don't want to see me again. That's kind of like them being very forward about it. But more so than not, it's going to be a little bit more passive, to where they're just going to ignore your text, or they'll ignore the date and kind of beat around the bush, saying that we'll see, can I get back to you, and then you don't hear back from them again. So this is a really simple way of knowing whether or not you had a good first date or not. Not saying that she's the one who decides it, because you need to, you yourself, making sure that, hey, you're the one who chose the place, you had a good time. But this question of how to know if you should ask her for a second date or not, see if she gets back to you that same night or the next day saying that she had a good time, thank you for, assuming you obviously paid for her drink because you're the one inviting her out. Wait for that text, and that'll give you the best indicator of whether or not you should ask her for a second date or not. Yes, there are some outliers, but those are, there's always outliers, but I'm just looking at the majority of time of this trend, and I've noticed, and I can clearly say, based on the last few years of going on a number of dates, this has always been the case. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. Let me know if you agree, disagree, or if you find it kind of similar in terms of your dating life, in terms of knowing if you should ask for a second date or not. So guys, I hope this video was helpful. Thanks so much for watching the video. Again, please like and please subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.